My name is Barbara Baldwin McNulty. I am the owner, I'm the CEO and the CFO of Dean Baldwin Painting. This company actually was started by Dean Baldwin. Dean moved from Missouri to Miami and started working for Eastern Airlines. I had 4 young children, needed extra money, so started painting aircraft parts, got into DC-3s and Convairs, and we painted a bunch of 727s. Larry Baldwin started working for his dad while he was young and still in school. And when he and I got married in '71, he went to work for his father full-time. The company was a very small business in those days, and it was just 4 employees. Fast forward, his father retires in '78, and we bought the business. And in the early '90s, Larry took different interests to pursue in business, and I kept going forward with the company. In 1999, we expanded and opened up in Roswell, New Mexico. So how did that happen? Remind me.
It was at the Page Avjet hangar, and then a gentleman named Ricky Frick had the facility.
Yeah.
And that's when, months later, he ran into Roswell's facility that had the wide-body bay that was the paint shop. And that's when he contacted you about expanding to our own paint shop. So that was, I believe, April '98 when we went out there and took over the Mesa Airlines contract that they had through that repair station.
And that's how we got into Roswell at the beginning. We were subleasing the 767 bay from Patriot, who then Patriot went bankrupt in November of '98, and we went to the city and got a lease starting in January of '99. So we had the direct lease to the city, and we started off with Bay 1, which you then moved to Roswell, and you managed and ran the whole operation, and the operation was humongous in those days, because we had how many people?
We started with 12, and as the facility grew, we just kind of kept adding to the crews, and then the 24 hours, and SkyWest came in '99, and that's when we started to have to use the 24 hours, 2 shifts. So, and SkyWest is currently still with us now after 30 years. 25 years. And then I still remember, we joke all the time because we then expanded to Bay 2 and 3, and we were filling those up and doing good, but it was at the beginning, and when you're first opening up any new company, you lose money for the first 3 to 5 years. And I was complaining to you about how we're losing money, but I had gone to the city about expanding for Bay 4 and 5. And I'll never forget, we're walking through the hangar and you're saying, I don't understand you. You're telling me we're losing money and yet you're wanting to expand. And what did I say? Build it and they will come. Remember? Oh, yeah.
And what happened? What did we get?
The military?
The C-130. We got a 5-year military C-130 contract, which kept us afloat for quite a while. It was actually American that gave us a very large award when we opened up in this facility, Indiana, in Gus. This was our second expansion. So this was 2011 that we started with Jim Tidd coming forward and saying they had a facility. And Carl Anderson and I came, and it was really kind of cold, and we almost backed out of it because it was kind of too cold. And I still, to this day, remember all the trips you and I took and the fun we had and the joy we had in seeing this beautiful expansion, knowing that it was going to give us our first wide-body facilities, 747, 767, 2 narrow bodies, beautiful equipment, completely gutted.
Laid it out the way we wanted to and designed each floor and each customer area and office space, the whole 9 yards. So
Every time we'd drive down the street and we'd look at the hangar, we'd all giggle and look at that, that's ours, that's ours.
Yep.
And we opened up in March 9th, of 2013.
Yep.
And we were all waiting anxiously, and it was a 767 from American.
Yep.
And we're all outside taking pictures and almost cheering it on.
First airplane with American and our legacy customer here, so it's been great.
And here we are.
There we are. Yep.
So we're looking for expansion because we're gotten to a time in place that we are turning away too much work. So there was a hangar available in Macon, Georgia, but when we got there it was taken. So fast forward, we start dealing with the airport, the city, the economic director. And honestly, I fell in love with the location, the people. We go forward with designing of a plan. It's got a 767 and 3 C-130 bays or 3 757 bays. Brand new facility, but there was a catch. We signed a 30-year lease and big loan papers and put all the money down December 18th, 2019. Do I need to say more? March 8th, COVID strikes. Markets went crazy. The world got turned upside down. Our facilities, the Indiana facility and the Roswell facility, were sold out. Floors were full. Within 10 days, our floors were empty. Quite scary when you're in business trying to keep 200, 250 people working. Well, my husband comes up and he says, "What are we gonna do?" And I said, "If worst comes to worst, we just mortgage the house." He about died. I'll never forget his face. He went white. Anyway, Macon went forward and Macon opened up. The first 2 hangars were ready in June of 2021. The hangars are full with JetBlue, Delta, PSA, and the facility is running very smoothly, and we have been sold out for months and months and into next year. So we're again at the same place as we find ourselves, this time a little too quick, and that's the end of the story. Build it and they will come always has been a good saying. 60 years is now, but we're looking forward to the next 60 years. I have found a young woman who is going to keep us moving forward and keep us expanding, and I'd like to introduce her to you.
This is Elizabeth Tilden, and I'm the president at Dean Baldwin Painting.
When I first met Barbara, you could just tell that she knew her business, she was confident, and she was a beacon of somebody I could model after and model good practices after. When I'm reflecting about 60 years for Dean Baldwin, they had an initial out of the garage kind of business, and then suddenly Roswell came in, and that was really the established rooted part for quite some time. But the addition of Peru and the addition of Macon really shows the growth projection for where aircraft painting services, and particularly Dean Baldwin, is going. Dean Baldwin has had long established relationship with many airlines, UPS and American being some of our most established customers and best partnerships within the 60 years. The airline industry is so complex, and we love taking this journey with our customers because at the end of the day, we want to be the premier paint provider, and so it's in our best interest to take care of our customers, and luckily in kind, the customers take care of us, and we really love that service and partnership.